Good morning to everyone.
Good morning.
I believe that the most interesting information that I can share with you is about our country, the Philippines. I chose this topic for two reasons. First is that when I was still young, in an elementary grade, I usually compete in the quiz bee, and my school chose me to represent it in the Philippine history and culture subject. So I have an in-depth knowledge concerning the history of our nation. The second reason is that there are 1.5 million Filipinos who are living here in California. Can you believe that?
Wow.
It is, I think, the largest Asian ethnic group that is in California. It is based on the census on the 2012. So, what is the Philippines? What are the things about this nation? So, the Philippines is named after a king, King Philip II of Spain. And it is located in the Southeast Asia. So you can see here's the Philippines. And the thing that separates Philippines from the North America and South America is the vast Pacific Ocean. And it is composed of more than 7,000 islands. So it is considered to be the second largest archipelago in the whole world, second to Indonesia, which has 17,000 islands. So let's have a brief history. During the pre-colonial period, the ancient Filipinos have their own civilization, and they already have their own form of government during that time. They also trade with their neighboring countries. And there are those who are foreign traders, especially those traders from the land of China, Japan, India, and some of them from the Arab countries. They went to the Philippines and have trade with the ancient Filipinos. So they exchange their products, and at the same time, when they're doing that, they're also exchanging their cultures, the clothing and economic system that they have. So they influenced the ancient Filipinos back then. So let's go on to the pre-colonial period. There are two major countries that colonized the Philippines. The first is Spain, and the second one is the United States of America. On March 16, 1521, an explorer named Ferdinand Magellan landed on the Philippines. And he brought with him the religion, which is the Roman Catholic. And because the ancient Filipinos are so friendly, and most of them were baptized in the religion. Then, maybe the Spain realized that, oh, the Philippines is a country which has a rich natural resources. So in 1565, they decided that, oh, we're going to settle here and we're going to colonize this country. So from 1565 to 1898, can you imagine that? For almost 333 years, the Philippines is under the colony of Spain. So you can see how the Spanish culture was embedded in our people. The second is the American colonial period. So it started in 1898. So in 1898, around April, the American soldiers went to the Philippines, and they went war against the Spanish soldiers. So there was a war. And during that battle, the American won. So it means that the Philippines now is under the colony of the United States of America. And during that time, the first Governor General in the Philippines is William Howard Taft. And the Philippines is colonized from 1898 to 1946. So it is around more than 40 years. But during the time of the American colony, the World War II broke. Do you remember that? It is hours after the attack in Pearl Harbor. That is a memorable day. On December 7, 1941, the Japanese air raids launched into the cities of the Philippines. And they defeated the Americans and the Filipino soldiers, and the Philippines was invaded by the Japanese during the World War II. But then you remember the Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombing? After that, the Japanese surrendered. And they said, we surrendered. So on September 2, 1945, the Japanese gave up the Philippines back to the United States of America. But a year after, that was on July 1946, the United States of America gave the full independence to the Philippines. So people are celebrating because we all have our independence. So what are the Filipinos now? What are the characteristics that they have? So these are the picture of the Filipinos. Some of them, maybe you know them. So this is the boxer Manny Pacquiao and the Miss Universe 2015. So we are a race that is blended with the East and the West. It is due to the intermarriage and colonization that we have in the country. And most Filipinos are predominantly Christians. So because of the Spanish introduced Catholicism in our country. So we have also close family ties. You can see that there's a lot of Filipinos here, maybe in California, who's living with their parents, their grandparents, right? Because we valued our family well, and we always help each other out. And we are courteous and hospitable. Courteous because we don't usually call a person in its first name. If we have a teacher, an older person than I, we say sir or ma'am. And we use this po and opo in our language. And we usually call an older sibling like ate, kuya. So that is the sign. So how about the places? There are many beautiful places in the Philippines, like any other countries. So we have the shopping malls. When you're in the big cities, do you know that the 3 biggest malls in the world are in the Philippines? And you can do a lot of things in the mall. So you can, the groceries there, the department stores there, the dental clinic is there. Even you can renew your license in the mall. So you can do 10 things in the mall. And we have also mountains and volcanoes. This is the highest mountain that we have. It is the Mount Apo, which is more than 9,000 feet above sea level. And on June 15, 1991, the greatest disaster in our century in the Philippines is the eruption of Mount Pinatubo. It erupted, and really the naval base and the soldiers in the Philippines went out of the Philippines because of this disaster. And then, but a good thing came out of that volcanic eruption. This is the beautiful Pinatubo Crater Lake now. We have also beaches and islands. We have here the Coron, Palawan. So I really love this place because it is a very good place, and the water is so clear. And we have beaches also. Most of the foreigners go into our country because of the beaches and resort. This is one of the places that foreigners usually go, Boracay, because it has a clear ocean, and at the same time, there is a white sand in it. So having said all this information, I can say that the Philippines, like other countries, is blessed with rich history, the people that embraces its culture. At the same time, we have fascinating places. Thank you very much for listening.